Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some very exciting Monster High news. We have our first look at an upcoming series called Monster Ball, which will also tie into a future episode. Get this, apparently Frankie has a crush on Cleo and wants to ask her out to the ball. Oh my god! So this is some piping hot tea, y'all. We have so much to talk about. Stay tuned. So let's get into it. So thanks to at MH Updates 2022, here we have our first look at the Monster High Monster Ball listings from Target. Monster High things always get leaked on the Target system, which is so funny. And it's ridiculous. Like Mattel should know better by now. But anyways, the price right now is $29.99. which is a little bit more expensive than the normal like basic signature wave of dolls that has come out. I think those cost like what, 26. So these are going to cost a little more, which I do think is going to mean that they're going to come with more stuff. And the characters that we have confirmed as of right now at least are Cleo, Laguna, and Draculaura. Now, I think it is safe to say that since these are going to be more expensive, they're going to come with more things, hopefully, you know, accessories, maybe even a second outfit, but I don't think they're gonna come with second outfit because Monster High dolls usually don't come with second outfits unless they're supposed to be like a fashion pack or something like that. That was never like Monster High's thing. They never came with second outfits. That was more like Rainbow High's thing. So that's why they're more expensive. And we do only have 3 characters confirmed, but you know, since we do know Frankie's gonna play a role in the tied-in plot for the episode, I do think Frankie and Claudine are gonna also be added into this lineup. Of course, I think the 5 main ghouls at least are gonna be included here, and maybe even Torlai, who knows, or maybe even all of them, Torlai, Laguna, Torlai, Deuce, and Gulia. Maybe it's gonna be like an extended line where it's like all of the major characters. Yay. I'm not sure. I feel like for sure Claudine and Frankie though, because again I feel like they're gonna play a big role, a big part in the accompanying storyline in the show. So MH Updates 2022 then on their story shared this old picture of a Draculaura head leak and said that this could possibly be this doll that belongs to this line, and that's true. This leak came out a really long time ago. Well, it's like it came out in October. It was posted by at PLMOKNIGB666666. So I do think it is very plausible that this head leak could belong to this Draculaura doll for this lineup. Although if it is her, then I would be a little bit disappointed because her makeup, her face up is really nothing special, and not even her hair. It's just like her bangs that are crooked, and then she has like a half up bun, and that's it. It's really basic stuff. You know, she has her mixed in pink and black, but yeah, like her makeup, her lipstick is very basic. It's like very, very basic. So, I mean, it could be her, and I'm thinking it maybe is, but maybe it's like an early version and the makeup wasn't like updated yet. So that's what I'm hoping. I hope the makeup is maybe more exciting, but I do think this could be as for outfits and what Laguna, Cleo, and I'm just gonna automatically add them in here. Claudine and Frankie, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be added in this lineup anyway. So I'm just wondering how they're gonna be all designed, how their outfit's gonna look like, and you know, so obviously Dawn of the Dance here, the original party line from Monster High, prom line. It was a smash success. It's still one of the most iconic lines from Monster High to this date. So obviously I think we're all wishing that these dolls will take inspiration from that lineup, but realistically speaking, because it is also called Monster Ball, I feel like it's more like elegant and more like elevated. It's not like a prom line, it's more like a actually like ball, you know, like, so I feel like it will maybe take a twist and be more like elegant, and I don't know, maybe more like elegant in like a more Monster High way. Obviously not like princes and stuff, but like I do feel like maybe they will wear gowns or something. Like I don't know. I feel like Monster High could get away with it. I feel like we also never had like a Monster High series where it was like all about gowns and it was like a ball. It's always been like parties and prom, you know, so this is a first. So I do really hope that this is a exciting new kind of design for all the ghouls. I'm a little bit worried because, you know, the fashion so far in the G3 reboot, they've been okay. They've not been bad. They've been better with some. They've been worse with others. But I feel like overall it could be a little bit better. Could be a little bit more like stylish. I know that they're trying to cater towards a younger audience, which then obviously doesn't make sense for them to put all the ghouls in heels and stuff that we originally know them from, you know. But I really hope that they find a good in between and take inspiration from real life trends and styles and kind of apply them to each character in their own way, because I just don't want to see them like color blocking and like use patterns, simple patterns. And I swear to God, if we see even just one doll with a mermaid dress silhouette, I'm gonna freaking lose my shit, okay? Because we need to move away from like mermaid dress silhouette. I am so done with that silhouette. I'm so done with it. So I hope that they're more creative than just recycling Cleo's dress from the 2-pack. I swear to God. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what the designers come up with, what, you know, ideas they have for each character and how they're gonna, you know, translate them to real life doll versions. Okay, and now let's talk about the hot tea, which is apparently that Frankie has a crush on Cleo. Now this is from at Cleo's Narl on Instagram. Thanks to them for sharing this information. This is a new description for an upcoming episode, so that's how we know this information. So let's read it here. Draculaura desperately searches for her unique witchy power in order to attend a special witchcraft camp. Frankie needs to find a cool way to ask Cleo to the monster ball before Deuce asks her first. Cleo gets a new pet, Hisette, and asks Deuce, a snake expert, for advice, which makes Frankie uneasy. Finnegan battles his own self-doubt and a giant kraken in order to become band leader. Now, the way these two paragraphs are phrased and they both use a slash, it makes me feel that these two descriptions are part of two separate episodes. So I do think these are two separate episodes. One where Cleo gets a new pet, Hisette. By the way, Hisette is back. Hisette, the OG Snake Queen, is back. I am so excited. Are we gonna get to see cameos of the other original pets come back in new designs? I don't know. Let's see. But it's awesome that Hisette is coming back, and where Cleo gets a new pet, Hisette, and then she asks Deuce, who obviously is a snake expert, for advice, which makes Frankie uneasy. So this makes sense for this episode to come before the episode where Frankie eventually then asks Cleo out to the ball. And, you know, of course, Finnegan also has his own troubles of self-doubt to become band leader. He needs to defeat a giant kraken. So I don't know what that's about, but Finnegan, he's going to get his own screen time finally. That's awesome. And then the other episode description obviously is going to be about Draculaura desperately searching for her unique witchy talent, power, which I don't know what that means, but she wants to find it so she can attend a witchcraft camp. Which, how is it going to work? How is it going to work? Because people cannot know that she's a witch or that she's practicing witch, but then everyone that she knows there is going to know. So I don't know, but that's cool that they're continuing on her, you know, story. And then that Frankie wants to find a cool way to ask Cleo to the dance, which is so cute because, again, this whole thing is just so cute. But then also because Deuce wants to ask Cleo as well. So not only do we get confirmed that Deuce wanted to date Cleo, but also that Frankie wants to date Cleo and that Frankie has a crush on Cleo. So right there, two big things. It's legit. Like, we in Generation 3, we never thought that Deuce and Cleo were going to be a thing. We never thought so, because so far they've never had a single interaction. Like, I really don't think so. But right here in this paragraph, it says that Deuce wants to ask Cleo out. So where is this coming from? We've never seen him shed any interest for Cleo. So I cannot wait to see why he's into Cleo, or like them just talking, because I love this generation of Cleo and Deuce, and I really feel like they could be good together. But then obviously now if Frankie's also interested in Cleo, this is gonna be really unfair, because I like both options of Deuce or Frankie with Cleo. And to be fair, none of Deuce or Frankie have had really big screen time with Cleo. Now, reception for this revealing a new tea has been pretty mixed in the comments of this post. Some people love this, you know, that this is even a thing. Some people love this new mashup. Some people think that it doesn't really work out because it doesn't really work personality wise. Like, they don't really gel, Cleo and Frankie. Some people really just still want still want Cleo and Deuce to be a thing, like, just, you know, still. And some people think that Frankie and Deuce could be more like compatible than Cleo and Frankie. So a lot of people are having mixed emotions, which again, totally plausible. Myself, I'm also like confused. So this is very, very, very interesting stuff. I cannot believe we're having this discussion. I mean, who'd have thought that they would have ever made this choice to make Frankie be into Cleo? Now, I read one comment that said that Cleo's just going to say no to both of them, which I do feel like that could be a good, like, neutral way to please each group, or, you know, like, not displease any group. Because I also think Cleo, in her own way, is like not into romance. Like, I feel like she's too busy like with her social media growth, and like she's just so self-involved in like, not in a bad way, but like she's just working on herself. So I feel like that's gonna be like the revealing part, you know, like the twist that oh, Cleo doesn't need romance. She just needs herself. She needs to love herself, or something like that. I know it's cheesy, but like I feel like that could be a good way to like stay neutral. Even though, again, I do feel like sooner or later they're gonna have to make a choice between Cleo and Frankie, or Cleo and Deuce. And I gotta be honest here, even though I love Frankie, the idea of Frankie having a romantic interest in Cleo, just because it's so progressive and it's so like, you know, so like the representation is really important here, especially because this is a it's a kids media, you know, so it's on television, it's important. But I just, like, personality wise, like, literally I just don't see it. Like, I just don't see it. Maybe if we see Cleo and Frankie interact more, I would see the chemistry, but I just, right now, I don't see it. But I feel like they could have good chemistry. Frankie and Deuce, again, I feel like they have had good scenes together, but I do think they are more like friends than they are romantic interest. But they've had good scenes, they have good chemistry. So I want to see that for Frankie and Cleo, or just Cleo and Deuce. I just really hope that they write it well, the story. But this whole love triangle is gonna be so weird. It's gonna be so, this is the most random and weirdest love triangle ever, because it's just, I would have never thought that they would have gone with Frankie being into Cleo. But I love it. I love the idea, and I hope it kind of works out in an interesting way. So yeah, I mean, I can't believe we're here, that this is an actual thing that's going to happen. I am very excited. I'm very impressed. I'm very shook, very surprised. I just never thought Mattel had it in it to, you know, do this, to go this route, you know. This has been a wild ride, so let's see what happens. But I want to know what you think. What ship would you all like to see? Frankie Deuce, Frankie Cleo, Cleo Deuce, Cleo you know what I mean? Like, which way would you like to see it turn out? Let me know down below. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already, so you don't miss out when I post more content like this, coming away daily and keeping you up to date with all the adulty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.